I'm Olivia. Welcome to Houses Flipping People. I am here today in San Antonio for one of our top real estate investors, Elizabeth. Please come on in. So nice to see you.
How are you? Good to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah.
Do you mind stepping in my office?
No problem.
And
Let's
go
do
over
it.
this great deal that we have right here?
Absolutely.
Please go in. Fantastic. So excited to have you here. And yes, we do have air conditioning.
Yes.
So thanks for that. So thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So I just like get to know you a little bit. And we do have a video of your property. We also have a drone through the neighborhood that I'd love to get to know in a little bit. But I like to get to know you a little bit. How did you end up here? How did you become an investor?
So my name is Elizabeth Luna, and I have been a real estate investor for 20 years. I started about 20 years ago part-time while I had my day job. And so only on nights, weekends, and holidays, as a single woman, I would little by little start investing in one house at a time. And did everything the hard way. I paid full retail on the properties because I didn't know any better. But little by little, I started growing my portfolio as a single person while I had my day job.
And what were you doing before?
Before, I was just doing buy and holds only. But my corporate job, I was a marketing and public relations director. Okay. And I also held and organized corporate events, charitable giving, and volunteer programs.
Wow, you're doing a lot of multitasking things there. Yes. And why real estate?
Because in the corporate world, marketing and public relation is the first position to get eliminated when there's layoffs. And having worked many years in a Fortune 500 company, when on my 10th anniversary, they laid me off. Oh. And so that was the eye-opener for me to look at having additional sources of income. So I cashed out my 401k and bought my first house, and started reading a lot of Robert Kiyosaki, watching Carlton Sheets real estate programs, because I wanted to know how do the wealthy do it. And majority of what I read, majority of what I researched was real estate.
Yes. Yeah, you don't need to be that expert. It's just, anywhere you go, real estate is always the number one. So what is your favorite thing to do when it comes to real estate?
My favorite thing to do in real estate is whatever makes the money work. I look at all different investing strategies, whether it's a long-term buy and hold for my retirement planning, or if it's a flip or a wholesale deal, if I need quick cash. If it's a Coverdale ESA, if I want to build a college fund or a private school fund for my children, or if it's an Airbnb or a corporate rental or a short sale or a reverse mortgage, depending on the situation of the family that I'm helping, is how I will navigate and structure the strategies.
I love that. How many strategies do you work with?
We actively employ about 6 or 7 different strategies out of the 12 that we've been taught through the Big Dog Network.
Okay, for people who doesn't know Big Dog, it is part of Texas RIA, so you guys gonna get to know that a little bit more. So were you born and raised in Texas?
Yes, so I'm a San Antonio native. Lived here my whole life, minus 3 years in Phoenix and some time in Europe. I did study Spanish in Granada, Spain.
Oh, cool.
And spent some time backpacking Europe before I came back home and started my full-time career.
So growing up in San Antonio, how was it?
Oh, I love San Antonio. I love San Antonio. It's a big city with a small town feel. People are very friendly. You have your hot spots as you would in any major metropolitan area.
Yeah.
But if you get to know your neighbors and help each other, people are very friendly.
Awesome.
Would you like to be a real estate investor in Texas? Come to one of our free local meetings to get access to free training, wholesale properties, capital, and power teams. Click on the link below to find a meeting near you and register for free.
Now, were your parents in real estate?
No, I am the first in my generation to go to college, to get a degree, to get involved in real estate. Many people thought I was crazy, but now that they see how well we're doing and the positive impact that we're making on the community,
Yes.
people have a lot of appreciation for it.
So are your family proud of you to, say, no, this is the right field for me, and to not listen to them? Not that they were trying to hold you back. They didn't want you to lose money. They didn't want you to go in a field that they didn't know.
Yeah.
How are they proud of you today?
My family was never the ones to say, no, you shouldn't do it. They were more of like, we don't know, so we're just going to watch. And if I needed help, like decluttering a hoarder house or something, they would jump on board and be supportive. Okay. If it was getting a document notarized at the 11th hour, my father's a notary.
Oh, cool.
And so he would come with me to the locations. So they're very supportive in whatever capacity that they can be involved in. Okay. And I think they really enjoy watching the transformations of the different projects that we get involved in.
Are they interested in becoming an investor at some point?
I think at this age and stage of their life, my parents are more in the spectator role. However, my mom has invested in some projects in the past.
Oh, cool.
And so she definitely sees some value in it.
That's cool. And they have brothers and sisters?
Yeah. So I have one sister and 5 brothers, and they're all around Texas, and they all have their own career paths. So, yes.
Okay. Awesome. And so having your kids listening to you talking to sellers, investors, title all day, what do you think they see you today?
Oh, my kids go with me on every job site. They know how to tear down walls. They've met the contractors. They start pointing out deficiencies whenever we're looking at a new home. They know the difference between an asset and a liability, and they flipped their first house when they were 1 and 3 years old.
Okay.
So that is how we funded their private school education, tax-free.
Yeah.
And it was a program, a strategy that I learned through Phil and Shanoa Grove, and it works. So they are actively involved in it, and I'm hoping that they will carry this on as their legacy that we leave them when we leave this earth.
Yeah, my kids, they're like, Mom, I don't want to do real estate. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Do you need a house? You want to pay full price or half price? How would you like? You don't have to be an investor. And they're like, fine, I'm just going to do it for the first house. And then the time goes on, I can see them more involved and be more captivated, learning and seeing how much we are changing the community and helping the sellers back and forth. So I love that. So looking back, if there's anything that you would change, what would that be? Is there anything that you feel like they hold you back a little bit? If you could go back in time, what would you change?
The only thing that I would change if I could go back in time is I would have started sooner. We are fed the common lie to, go to school, get an education, get your college degree, work for corporate America, stay there for 25, 30 years, retire with the same company. Well, that just doesn't fly anymore.
Yes.
In my particular career field, marketing was the first position to cut during layoffs. And after going through 3 corporate marketing layoffs, it was the 3rd one, having built my real estate business part-time while I had my day job. It was my real estate that supported me during the transition. And true funny story is after I got married, my financial advisor sat down with my husband and I just went through our 3rd layoff. And he's like, Elizabeth's real estate business is doing a lot better than her day job. So, Renee, you should let her go full-time real estate. And so he's been supportive ever since.
That's cute.
And that was 7 years ago.
That is cute. So now you're doing full-time real estate. What has changed since you became full-time?
What has changed since I've gone full-time is I've been laser focused and more impactful, because I'm not distracted with having to perform for corporate America. So in the first year of having gone full-time with Phil and Shanoa's Groves program, I was able to match my corporate salary. The second year we were able to double it. The third year we were so busy I had to force myself to slow down and start prioritizing, because it was just getting so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And now we've tweaked, we fine-tuned and refined our strategy and what we were going to focus on. So that way we have more work-life balance, which was the whole goal all along. So that way I could be available for my 2 children, 7 and 9-year-olds, and for my husband.
I think that's amazing. And having the ability to pick what you want to work and when, I think it's amazing. So what would you say for anyone that is sitting at home that wants to change their career or are just there not knowing what to do? What would you say? How do they get into the real estate?
If someone is interested in getting into real estate, I would strongly recommend that they do research on a network that will support education of whatever industry that they want to go into. Particularly for me was real estate, and so I sought after an organization that taught networking, that taught education, not just the fancy, flash and glamour of real estate, because it's not all pretty. Yeah. There is a lot of stress. There is a lot of unexpected turns and corners and issues that arise. And so
But you don't have to be alone.
Exactly. So by surrounding yourself and becoming part of a group that educates, you're never alone. And so it makes the journey more bearable.
Yeah. How long have you been with Texas REIAs?
Since 2017.
Why did you came to Texas REIA when you started investing at a very early age? Why did you choose the network?
I chose the network because I'm humble enough to know that I don't know everything. And I can always learn. I'm a professional student. I have 3 college degrees. And I believe in learning, and it's better to learn in a safe environment where you can fail, but you won't hurt yourself or others. Yeah. And so real estate can be an expensive endeavor, but when you're in a group that surrounds yourself with support, then it's not too easy to hurt yourself, because you have safeguards in place to try to protect you from yourself, from what you don't know. Yeah. And you can glean from other people's mistakes and successes. Yeah. So that's why it's important to get involved with an organization that will help support you.
So what was your aha moment when you came to the Texas REIA?
My aha moment, when I was sitting in Phil and Shanoa's 3-day seminar in Austin, and I was just listening to him talk about all of these different investment strategies, and I only knew one.
Which one was it?
Buy and hold. That's it. And I was paying full retail for that buy and hold. And so when I heard him talk about the different ways to acquire property and the different ways to sell properties, I was just, my mind was blown, the light bulb went off, and I'm like, okay, this is a group that I have to get involved with.
It's just amazed. I felt the same. Like, you kidding me? I've been driving through property all day long, my entire life, even growing up in Brazil, and I didn't know that I could use the same strategy to, I know neighbor that was selling property, and I didn't know. Right. And what can you do when you don't know? You just, the money's right there waiting at you, talking to you, just don't grab it. That's pretty much what I see. But it's amazing how much opportunity that we have as an investor, even for someone who's just starting out. What do you need to become a real estate investor? Do you need a license?
No, I have been doing this for over 20 years. I am not licensed. I have no desire to.
Why not?
Because I prefer to have, I find that a lot of sellers feel intimidated or feel as if somebody's trying to take advantage of them if they're an agent. Now, not all of them feel that way, but that has been the consensus. So when I come up to a family, a seller, and I'm telling, look, I'm not an agent. I'm not trying to get your listing. I want to give you options.
Yeah.
And I present them with options so that way they can make an informed decision without any pressure.
Yeah.
And when I sit down with them and cultivate that rapport and show them what their choices are, they're more inclined to work with me because I'm not that high pressure salesperson.
Yes, and I see a lot of people, they think that they need to have a license to become an investor. I'm like, no, you don't need a license, you don't need money, you don't even need to, I don't even need to know your credit score. You just need to take action, network, come get the right education, and you start your journey right there. And I wish that more people would know that, because I think there's a lot of people holding back because they don't know how to get here. So thank you for sharing.
Everyone on this show has one thing in common. They learned how to invest in real estate from Texas Real Estate Investor Association's Texas REIAs. Whether you want to flip houses, quit your job, build your wealth, discover high return investment opportunities, or even learn how to buy rental properties, even with no money, you owe it to yourself to come check it out by attending a free local meeting. It's fun, it's free, you'll learn a lot. New people are always welcome. Click on the link below and we'll see you there.
I would like to play a little video of your property, and
Sure.
I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about the neighborhood.
Oh, I'd love to tell you about this property. This property is an amazing opportunity. So, we always talk about partnering. So when I was on a Phil and Shanoa Grove Thanksgiving business trip to Costa Rica,
Oh, wow.
I was networking with another big dog, another real estate investor, and I got under contract on this house.
Really?
Yes. So by networking and talking to other investors, that's how I found this house. So I did not have to do any work to find it. And this home is in the historic Olmos Park Terrace. It is zoned historic, and it's a single family home. And because of the demand in corporate rentals and traveling nurses, I am subdividing this property and converting it into a duplex. The reason why I've chosen this strategy is because it will maximize our cash flow and our rental income. And I partnered with another big dog to fund the project. So I did not have to use any of my own money to buy this property. So my Dallas big dog is funding 100% of the acquisition and the rehab, and I am the boots on the ground and I manage all of the work. So I am handling the negotiations with the city, with the contractors, overseeing their work, making sure that the historic review department has approved our exterior repair plans, our interior repair plans as well. And I'm also negotiating with the historic review board to get our property taxes frozen for the next 10 years.
Wow.
So I do all of that work. My Dallas partner funds the whole deal. And then because we're using the corporate rental strategy, once I have it fully rehabbed and fully rented and have signed leases, I can go to my long-term lender. And then we're going to refinance it, put it on a fixed 20 to 30-year note, and have a fixed mortgage payment that is going to give us a big spread on our profits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I love that. That's fantastic. So let me go in a little video of the inside now. I think that's the front of the house.
Yeah, so this is the front of the house, and in working and talking again with other big dogs, I consulted with big dogs, Chris Coker and Sean Kane, who have experience with historic homes. This is my first historic home, and I learned how to navigate the historic review process. So I was able to get the historic review board to quickly approve the work on the exterior in less than a week. And usually
Wow.
it takes 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
We are demoing the entire property because, again, we're converting it into a duplex. So this is unit 1 of a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. We're adding an extra bathroom because
Okay.
this home currently only has 1 bathroom.
Okay.
So we're going to make this its own separate unit. And because, so you can see the whole house needs to be replumbed. And because we are converting it from a single family to a duplex, we're getting separate electrical meters And I wanted to do that in the forefront at the beginning of the project, because in the back end, managing separate utility bills is very high touch, high maintenance, and I don't want that problem. This is a wall that we're going to build to close off the main second unit. This is going to be a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with an open floor plan. So we're building an island in the middle of the kitchen.
Wow.
We're replumbing the whole home. This part of the home will have its own central heat and air unit system, which is separate from the other unit. So that way they're not charging up everybody's electricity bills.
Okay. Wow, that's fantastic. So how many bedrooms is going to be the unit?
This main unit's 2-bedroom, 1-bath, central heat and air with an open floor plan, granite countertops, tile floors. Okay. And the other unit's going to be a 1-1 with mini splits.
And where are you buying the materials these days?
I have pro accounts with various vendors.
Okay.
So Home Depot, Lowe's, Floor & Decor. I also go to Guadalupe Lumber Company or Allen & Allen. Because it's historic, I have to match materials. Wow. And so there's certain limited vendors that have the historic materials that we were able to source.
So looking at this project right now, you have the plan and it's going through a whole renovation right now. This would probably scare a lot of investors because it needs a lot of permitting, a lot of renovation from the ground all the way to the roof. How can you be so confident in coming in and negotiate and take over a project like this?
I love this project because it was such an overhaul. We had to do foundation and roof and exterior and interior and the plumbing, the electrical, the AC, everything. And I love it because it's a transformation. And whereas so many flipping shows, they transform a house, we're doing that here. But I get the excitement of being transformed myself because I see my vision come to life.
Yes, and seeing this is how much did you pay for this property?
So we bought this property for $165,000.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And when we're done with the rehab, it'll ARV $300,000 to $330,000.
Okay. What is the renovation?
The renovation budget's going to be about $80,000-$90,000.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So it's a big ticket rehab. Most of my buy and holds are about $25,000 to $40,000 budgets. But because this is historic, I had to get it the plat amended. We're going from single family to multifamily. There were a lot of new components that racked up the bill.
What are the challenges that you had the most of this project so far?
The biggest challenge, I wouldn't call it a challenge. It's more of a learning opportunity.
Okay.
And the biggest learning that I've gotten out of this project is navigating the historic process and navigating an amended plat process with the city of San Antonio. And I had to literally babysit survey companies and the engineers and call and being persistent and be the squeaky wheel. Hi, it's Elizabeth again. Is there anything that you need from me? What can I do to help you with this project? Do you need me to go pick up the plat and take it to the survey company? I can go do that. And do you need me to go take it to the city? And I can go do that. Do you need me to pick up the tax certificate? I'll go pick it up for you. And it was me being that hands-on go-to person. That's how we were able to get this done so quickly.
Yeah, because it usually takes months after months, and
I got it done in 4 weeks.
Wow. But I love the strategy that you used. You were not bugging them, but helping them to get their job done.
Absolutely. So, and when we got it all passed, I bought them a box of cookies and took them a thank you card, and I thanked them for all of their efforts.
And now they know who you are on the next project.
Exactly.
So yeah, because it's just about time for you, a matter of time for you to be able to get another one, because San Antonio is all over with historical homes.
Absolutely. And I really believe in showing respect and cultivating long-term relationships with them. So for example, my contractor, Miguel, has been with me for 20 years. My foundation team has been with me about going on 5 years. My HVAC team, we've had some turnover because of permitting issues, but my cleaning crew was with me 17 years. My part-time assistant was with me 17 years. So I really believe in cultivating long-term relationships with anybody I do business with.
And how do you manage that? Because I know I myself contract that they say they all have an expiration. How can you manage your contract to be on time, on task for 20 years?
Respect, paying them well, bringing them tacos when they get a job done well. If they bring me a lead, giving them a payment bonus, but really keeping them busy and showing that you care about them as a human being. Yeah.
You being a full-time real estate investor, being a mom, being a wife, how do you manage the three positions?
It is 3 jobs. It is. But I love it. I mean, and the real estate business is so fluid and flexible that it allows me the latitude to be available for the kids. And I can schedule my appointments or my showings or the contractor site walks, site reviews around the kids' school schedule. When the kids go to bed, I'm working. I'm a night owl, and so I'm doing market research. I'm sending emails. I'm making my to-do list. That's 4 pages long. And but at the end of the day, on the weekends, I'm able to spend time with my family, with my husband. We get to go on trips, and I take them with me. We've been on several real estate trips with our organization, and it's allowed us to travel and spend time together.
What do you do for fun now?
What do I do for fun now? On Saturday after breakfast, as a family, we go to Home Depot and we shop the aisles.
Okay.
The kids love to go to Home Depot and find little gadgets to play with. My daughter has already found a tree house design that she would like to have built in our home. And whenever we have a birthday, we invite the contractors over, or we take the kids to the job site, and the contractors will sing happy birthday to my daughter and let my son demo a wall.
That's so cute. I love that tradition. Like, maybe I need your copy on that. So I like that. As a family, seeing you being so successful, how much money, if I may ask, have you done since you became an investor?
Wait, I have to look at the exact spreadsheet, but it ranges. Our gross worth is about $1 million, and our net is about.
How does it feel to be a millionaire or a multimillionaire?
It doesn't feel like it is. To me, it's just on paper. It's not reality, because it's not. It's all tied up in a hard asset, right?
Yeah.
And it's good because it's appreciating.
Yes.
But to me, it's like a delayed gratification. So to me, it's not real.
I don't know what to tell you. It's like, yeah, just throw those numbers there, and yeah, it's not real. Yes, Elizabeth. So, yes, I hope your kids can see how humble and how nice and kind you are every single time that I have seen you. You are amazing. So for anyone that is sitting, doing anything, what else can you say for them to move, to change? What do you say to inspire anyone that is, trying to change whatever they are right now?
Face your fears. Face your fears. Fear is just an acronym for false evidence appearing real. And until you take the first step, as scary as it is, because it'll be scary, it'll be terrifying, but once you do it and you succeed, you'll build the confidence and you'll go a lot further.
What was your fear that you feel like that you overcame?
My first year, when I bought my first property, I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I was about to be promoted and relocated with USAA back to San Antonio. And I bought it. I was under contract to close on my first townhome. And I just got out of college. I had all of this college debt. I was trying to become debt free. And here I was adding $120,000 to the bottom line. The night before closing, I called my real estate agent. I told him, I can't do this. This is too much money. I can't afford this. And he was just very brazen and very direct. He's like, this is the right thing for you to do. You're going to be there. You're going to sign the papers tomorrow. And I was like, yes, sir. And I was so intimidated and I didn't know what I was doing. So I went, and fast forward a year and a half later, sold the property, relocated back to San Antonio, made 20 grand, paid off all my credit card debt.
There we go. If you had done that, pushed that step, you would not never knew what would have happened.
Exactly.
So, well, as an investor, what is your big intake since you became in Texas REIAs? Like, what are the things that you feel like that was something that it changed my life?
Joining Texas REIAs, the thing that changed my life was the education, the videos, the speed dial to whatever resource I needed, whether it was an attorney, it was a self-directed IRA, it was a coach, it was another investor that had already navigated the path. Having that network, that speed dial of people, resources to call.
How many people do you think you have called to ask those questions?
Oh gosh, so many. It's countless. It's countless. Yeah.
But the beauty about it, we don't have it to research. We can just dial a number.
Exactly.
Or we just post on our group and the answer is going to be right there. So we don't have it to spin too much. It's because someone already passed through, already done it, and they can guide and share with us all day long.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty about it. But who you're thankful for you to be here today, be so successful as a female, as a mom, as a wife. Who are you thankful for?
I'm very thankful to my Heavenly Father for blessing me with bringing the right people into my life, Phil and Shanoa, but especially my husband, who has been very supportive. He's encouraging, and my kids are also a part of the journey. They love to get involved. They love doing demo, and it's nice to see the business from their eyes. And we're doing this as a family. We're growing this as a family. So I'm very blessed.
So I love that. I love that you're doing as a family, even though your husband is not full-time investor, but he supports you. You know who to call when you need to, that support, and I think that's very, very important. And
on that note, I'd like to add that for anybody who is starting out in real estate, I started as a single person doing it all by myself. But if you are married or in a partnership with anybody, it helps to have a supportive partner, because there's going to be ups and downs and stressful moments throughout the journey. And the more support you have from the key people in your life, the more palatable and the journey will be. Because there have been many sleepless nights for me over the years, and my husband has been very encouraging and the calm during the storm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think having the support, having the family support, I think is very, very important. And if someone doesn't have that support yet, you don't have it to wait to have the support. You can start it. And you can see Elizabeth, she found her support, and she's growing through her support as she keeps growing her network, even though she doesn't see all the zero that she has. So I would like to say thank you for you to being here today. I really appreciate your time coming here and sharing this experience with us. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
I would just encourage people, if you are wanting to learn more, to reach out to the organization, get involved, and don't just be an absorber of information, because nothing's going to happen unless you take action.
You have to take action. And next month, next year, the time just goes by. So I say, if it's something that you want to do it now and make it happen. Because if you don't press that button, who will?
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So, Elizabeth, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
And I love to come back and see the end of this project. And I love it. So, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Are you in Texas? Would you like to know the secret for having a better life? Would you like to quit your job, create a legacy for your family, become a millionaire or even a multimillionaire? Over 80% of the people here in Texas who have accomplished these goals have used the secret. Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm the host for Houses Flipping People, a show that talks about the people's life who has been transformed by the secret. So, what's the secret? Simple. Investing in real estate. In fact, it's really, really hard to become a millionaire not investing in real estate. So, would you like to become a real estate investor in Texas? If you have even the smallest interest in real estate, and of course you should, the very first thing to do is to attend a free live meeting at your local real estate investor association hosted by Texas REIAs. Are you living the life that you deserve? I know I am. So can you. We meet live in Austin, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. And we also simulcast our meetings live as well. Go to the link below to see the calendar and to register to attend for free. Don't buy real estate retail, that's ridiculous. And don't waste your time and money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Texas-based investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. Do you want a better life? Do something about it. I did. We meet live in person in Austin, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. And we simulcast online if that's more convenient for you. Go to the link below to see the schedule and register to attend for free. Come to a free local meeting to get access to wholesales, off-market deals, the finance to purchase real estate, free training, as well as the contract and contractors and other local resources that all investor needs to be successful. Nearly 80% of the millionaires got there all or in part from investing in real estate. Come join us. New people are always welcome. Again, we meet live in Dallas, Houston, Austin, and San Antonio on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Go to the link below to see the schedule and register to attend for free. I believe in working hard and, of course, playing hard and reaching my potential every single day. You don't need a lot of money to invest in real estate. You just need a little bit. You don't even need credit. What you really need is to take action right now. If you do, you really can live a better life. It worked for me and it can work for you as well. I learned how to invest in real estate from Texas REIAs, and so can you. Go to the link below to see the schedule and register to attend a meeting near you, live or online, for free. And I will see you there.